back to another video. So I thought I'd try my hand again at testing out MIIMIIC's fragrances. These are the perfume oils. I did a previous video where I had tried the Gourmands from MIIMIIC, and if you didn't know, MIIMIIC is like a cheap dupe house. They make like a bunch of fragrance dupes, or I shouldn't say fragrance dupes, but maybe like fragrance clones, because they like copy the exact note breakdown from designer, niche, and celebrity fragrances. You can find them like all over TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Now, I am currently still on my no-buy. This particular package I purchased like a while ago, when I had also purchased the Gourmands like sample set, and I just kind of, you know, test them out here and there from time to time, and I kind of keep it with my other minis, travel sizes, and samples. And I just kind of like to keep them for reference, but I figured I'd get around to finally like sharing my thoughts with you guys. I kept the package just for the sake of keeping like the notes and everything. Now, I love a good, you know, variety set and sample set. I think more fragrances should make variety sets, especially when it comes to making little, you know, mini roller balls or mini sprays. I love a variety pack. I love a sample set. I purchased this one at Marshalls for like $17. Again, I purchased this a while ago. To be honest, I haven't seen them in a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx. Honestly, I haven't really been looking. I haven't been shopping like I used to, so I don't, you know. If you find them, I think they're a pretty great pickup, just for the fact that they're affordable. You know, with it being $17, that means each little rollerball oil is about $4-5. So they are very, very cheap fragrances. Like, they're very affordable. This particular one is the Bestsellers. So this one contains compound 57, 76, 99, and 52. They list the notes here, and you know what they say each oil is probably best to use, but you know, use at your own discretion and whenever you want to use them. On the back here, it even lists what each compound, so what their version is duping, or I should say cloning. Lists some ingredients and tips and tricks. Now, as much as I really appreciate this packaging, and I have no problem with the fragrance clone or fragrance dupe, I will say that sometimes like some fragrances can be like, these are like really, really cheap. Let me just take them all out for you. And like I said, I've been testing this out every so often, rolling them on, giving them like a full day's wear so that I can get my like thoughts together. Let me start with the first one here that I have. This is compound 57. It's in here, they call it a blend of pistachio tonka woods. Even just by like looking at it, the notes, the coloring scheme, you can kind of guess that this is duping Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. And we have so many clones of Yum Pistachio Gelato. I myself own another dupe of Pistachio Gelato. And like I can see it. Full discrepancy. You can see like this was not really touched. Besides like a little roller dab here and there, I haven't touched, I haven't reached for this. Mostly because I have another pistachio dupe that I like to wear, pistachio dupe oil. Now, when it comes to this fragrance, I will say that it is like a spot on dupe. Like when you smell it, the scent itself is spot on. to Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. Even on the front of the packaging, it lists some of the notes: pistachio, ice cream, bergamot, lily, raspberry, tonka bean, sandalwood. And they say that this particular oil is good for everyday use. The scent is identical. The wear, not so much. I'll roll it on myself now just to like show you. I will say I like these roller balls though. I really do like these roller balls. Over time, once I finish with these, I will definitely like reuse them, because it's just a roller ball. You can definitely like just clean them out and reuse it. This little part, you can just pop it right off and then clean it out, and then put your own little fragrance oils. Reduce, reuse, recycle. But like wearing it, it's a very, very, like, it's not really a dry oil. So it takes some time to dry. And like I said, it smells identical. However, I think it's with the MIIMIiC company, the particular base oil they use, and I said this in my last video. So, my nose is picking up something a little odd in like the background, like if like the background scent, the background oils, the base oils that they use. It's a little funny. I also don't think they use a lot of fragrance in it, or maybe the type of fragrance that they use just doesn't last as long, because I don't know, this oil did not last too long. I'll put this on. Last time I tested it, and I'd get like 4 hours. Now, I do have very dry skin, so maybe like my skin just like sucks up all of the oil and fragrance, but I'm not new to fragrance oils. So this one, it just, as really, like, it is a very nice scent, and I love the Yum Pistachio Gelato scent DNA. Like, it opens up very bright, very like citrusy, kind of sort of soapy. It has that same like soapy jasmine, soapy floral citrus combination that the original Yum Pistachio Gelato has. And then that's where over time it kind of goes into like that nutty gourmand facet. However, this one, it doesn't, that nutty gourmand facet does not last. So by the time you get towards that dry down, it's kind of gone, and you're left with like a very generic kind of powdery vanilla DNA. I do enjoy the scent. I have another fragrance oil dupe that I wear that I kind of prefer, and although it's not 100% scent clone, I like that wear time. The next one is Compound 76, and this one here is a spicy amber vanilla, and that one sounds really, really nice. On the packaging here, it says the notes of pear, pink pepper, coffee, jasmine, almond, vanilla, patchouli, cedar, and cashmere wood. So that sounds like amazing. And if you can kind of guess from that note breakdown, and I mean, you don't have to guess, the back will tell you exactly what it's supposed to be a clone of. It's supposed to be a clone of YSL's Black Opium. I am now very familiar with the scent of Black Opium. It is a very fruity, floral, fruity, warm floral. And you see how like oily it is. You got to let that dry down for maybe a minute or so. So I am familiar with the Black Opium DNA. I don't like how they did this one. And I'm not like a Black Opium hater at all. I actually appreciate the fragrance profile of Black Opium. I prefer Black Opium Extreme. I think out of all the flankers that I've smelled and tried, I really like the Black Opium Extreme. It's a very sexy, warm scent. I do not like how they did this rendition. It smells, and I hate to say it, it smells cheap. And this is coming from a cheapy stan. Like, I'm not I'm not discriminating against cheap fragrances, but this one, again, with that weird funky oil base, it leans heavily on the fruits, but I get no florals, and I don't really get a vanilla. If I could say, maybe like a slightly fruity, powdery vanilla. I don't think this is a very good clone dupe, purely because the way I feel like the mixture, maybe it's got to sit a little longer. The juice has turned a little, like the oil has that dark vanillic appearance, but I don't think they did this one well. And also, like, you can see the oil just drips, like it doesn't really get absorbed, and I don't really feel like rubbing it in, but I'm just kind of showing you, like, it just goops down and drips. So you really got to give it some time to soak into the skin. I would maybe recommend, if you know you're the type, you can just like pop the lid off, pop the little roller ball off, and maybe mix it with a moisturizer or another, you know, base oil or carrier oil. Sometimes I like to mix, actually I do, I like to mix some of my fragrances oils with a little jojoba oil, just so that it kind of dries up and, you know, works into the skin a little better. But yeah, I'm really not a fan of how they did this one, which is so funny because this one, I don't even think it's a very good clone. Something about it is just a little off. Maybe it's just that combination of notes with that base oil, because at least with the 57, it has such a very like loud opening, and with all of those citruses, it kind of masks that oil base. I don't want to be too negative about it. It's not too bad. I think once you let it dry, it's not too bad, but it really doesn't smell like black opium to me. It leans much more into the fruitier aspect, like the fruitier sweet aspect of black opium, than the sweeter vanillic floral. Also, I don't get any of that patchouli, which I like. So, I digress. Next one is Compound 99, a blend of amber floral wood. And this one, I had no clue what this one was when you look at just the name. But here on the packaging, it also lists notes of saffron, jasmine, amberwood, ambergris, fir resin, and warm amber. And from those notes, we can already tell that this is going to be a dupe for Maisons Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540. And this is like a old horse that's been beaten to death with the amount of clones and dupes and inspos and I don't know, reminders, everything. Like everything smells like BR 540. I love BR 540. I love that scent profile. I love that scent DNA. This one, I will say, does a good job at that scent clone. So much so, like I think it even has that same quality where it kind of like you can get anosmic to it. I'm not anosmic to Baccarat Rouge 540, nor the other clones. I've had Ariana Grande's Cloud in the past, which leans more on that sugary aspect of it with more coconut facets. And I also have another fragrance clone, fragrance oil dupe, which leans more on the spicy jasmine and spicy woods of BR 540. This one, I feel like it has a little bit of the best of both worlds, while having that peekaboo ghost, now you see me, or now you smell me, now you don't quality that BR 540 has. It's a very airy, sweet scent. I think this little oil is good for layering. It does not last as long. Like, well, okay, I mean, it's a $5 oil, so I won't expect it to have like incredible projection and wear time and longevity. So when I say like the wearing experience is not the same, it's more so how some fragrances will take you on a bit of a journey. Some fragrances are linear. So while this one, it smells identical to it, the scent itself is identical, you don't get that same wear time of the notes and of like the journey that fragrances can take you on. It's really cut short. And I hate to say it, but it kind of makes it like a little unpleasant because, you know, I like wearing fragrances to see what that journey is for the wearing experience. You know, having oil drip down your arm, that's not a pleasant wearing experience. This one's dried up a little bit now. You know, wearing it and then by the time it's like the 2-hour mark and you don't necessarily smell it, or it doesn't even smell like how it smelled in the beginning, is not necessarily a pleasant wearing experience. I'll try to rub some here. Oh my God. Also, you know, quality control. I don't think the manufacturers like really make sure and test that all of their products are functioning appropriately. I don't give this one much wear simply because the oil, the roller ball is kind of sticky. Like it doesn't roll all the way. But this one's nice. Like I like it. It's a nice oil. It's a nice like scent clone. Will you get the same overall experience like wearing Baccarat Rouge 540, which is a $500 perfume? Absolutely not. That's like, I don't know why anyone, I had no expectations of that. So do not expect that either. Will you still get the same wear time or overall scent experience like a $30 Arabic clone? I will say no. Like, I disagree with that too. But if you want like a $2 cheap thrill or a $5 cheap thrill, Compound 99 is it. And I would say maybe like don't go, if you're looking for a BR 540 clone, I would not recommend like hunting for MIIMIiC. There really are so many clones of that perfume. It's crazy. So the world is your oyster for choosing different fragrance oils or fragrances and companies to find that similar scent profile. Now, last one is honestly one that was a very interesting fragrance. I enjoyed this one, not because of, I didn't enjoy the perfume itself. I enjoyed what it reminded me of. So this is Compound 52, and this is a blend of sweet strawberry milk. And this one like nearly broke the cheapy fragrance, you know, social media community a while ago, like a while ago, years, maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago. This was trending on TikTok. I don't have it anymore. I don't use TikTok. I'm not on it. I had it for a little short while, and I saw that this was a very hot topic because this is supposed to be a clone of Melanie Martinez's Crybaby. Excuse me, let me see this thing. Yes. Melanie Martinez's Crybaby. And this has notes of strawberry, raspberry, plum, milk, baby powder, sugar cubes, amber, and caramel. And I think the original Crybaby had a note of like lipstick or like some sort of cosmetic note. Just rubbing it on here. This is a better like applicator. And I can see why this was so popular, but I think it was mostly popular because Melanie Martinez's Crybaby perfume was discontinued. and people were selling it at an exuberant amount of money. It's a very kitschy bottle. You know, it looked like a baby bottle, which is a little kind of sort of disturbing. But, you know, do with that as you may. People like the aesthetic. And I think mostly people liked Melanie Martinez like 10 years ago. I never listened to her music. I had some friends who did back in high school. And I never owned her perfume either. So this was the first time. I had no reference. This is the first time that I've ever smelt a scent like this. And it's not bad. I will definitely say it is not worth what some of these people were reselling it for. The original Crybaby perfume, I should say. And it's definitely not worth what Melanie Martinez's, the company now, because I saw that they're re-releasing the fragrance. They're selling that shit for like $170, nearly $200. Absolutely not. Like, this is not worth that much money. Absolutely not. Ooh, sorry. Got a little like excited. And I'm smelling it on me right now. Like, that's not worth $100-something. And that's like an insult to people's wallets and intelligence. My wallet and my intelligence. Now, enough with the negative. It's a nice scent. Like, it's cute. It's not sweet strawberry milk. It's like sweet strawberry powder. It is a very powdery scent, which I think is why I think it reminds me more of cosmetics. When I smell this, I like the memories that it reminds me of. There is something about this scent, this scent profile, that is incredibly nostalgic to me. This makes me think of middle school, of being 13. This makes me think of like the girls' locker room or the girls' bathroom, and you're sharing like strawberry chapstick with your friends while chewing mint bubblegum or like strawberry mint bubblegum. This smells like the inside of a teenage girl's like Juicy Couture little clutch handbag. It's so funny. I don't know what it is, but I get extremely nostalgic smelling it. It's an odd combination of strawberry chapstick, strawberry like bubble gum or strawberry gum, maybe some generic body splash or body mist, and then you shove all of that in like a bag, in like a little handbag. And it's probably got like smeared makeup or smeared eyeshadow in it. The chapstick's like nearly half melted because teenage girls just toss their stuff around. And it makes me think of like hair ties and hairspray. And, you know, it's such a funny and fun scent. I think I see why this particular compound was so popular. I don't know if... I can't speak if this is an exact clone to Melanie Martinez's Crybaby. If it is like any of the other fragrances, and it probably is, still has that funky oil base that I'm not particularly a fan of. Maybe it's just how it combines with my skin. This is also a very, very light scent. Like, you'd have to press your nose close to your wrist to smell it. Some of these other scents, like they do have a little bit of projection. 57, 99, they have a little bit of projection. But 52 is a very close and intimate scent. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, honestly, I can see why 52 was such a popular fragrance, and this one was honestly the one I gave most wear. Also because like it's such a light scent, I found myself like having to really, like, you have to apply a lot just to get some scent idea. But those are my thoughts on all of the Bestsellers from MIIMIiC. I know they're a constant, like they are pumping out new compounds, new fragrance clones. Honestly, like I feel like they are probably one of the clone companies that can keep up with the amount of fragrances that are being pumped out daily. And besides them and like the Arabic or the Middle Eastern fragrances, it's honestly like insane. If you were to go into a well-stocked Marshalls or TJ Maxx into the affordable fragrances, like you'd see there's so many new compounds now that I can't keep up, and I am not interested in keeping up. So I'll stick with the little 8 roller balls that I have now. I have the Gourmands and I have the Bestsellers, and I think I'm fine with that. I'll use these up till the day I can't, whether I'm just tired of it or if I, use it, you actually physically use them all up. I will keep these little roller balls though, because I think they're really nice. I will give them that. Like, it's a good solid glass with a nice twist on cap. And the ones that have like a good little roller ball that has a smooth application, except for 99. It's nice. So once that oil's done, I'll definitely reuse them. But yeah, for like $5 oils, I'm not going to be, don't take what I'm saying too harshly. It's a $5 oil. You get what you paid for. But I will say, like, if you want to spend like a couple dollars extra, like unless you're like truly strapped for cash. But if you want to spend like a couple dollars extra, I feel like there are better fragrance clones, fragrance dupes out there. Especially because these are very, very, very popular scents. One last note is that I will say that I prefer the perfume oils than their perfume sprays. I purchased 2 of their perfume sprays years ago. I think 2 or 3 years ago. And oh my God, I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy their perfume sprays. It was something in it. I don't know if it was their alcohol base. It was a lot of alcohol. I didn't like it. It kind of turned my stomach. I had the 67 and I think 72, the one that was the dupe for the Shirosa 62, and oh God, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. The spray, the perfume spray, I did not enjoy. The oils are a little better. So yeah, and that's my thoughts on MIIMIiC fragrance clones. Just another casual perfume review. Affordable perfume review. Let me know what you guys think. Please, talk to me. I want to know if anybody else's experience with MIIMIiC fragrances. There's kind of sort of bit of talk around them. They come in they come in waves. So I definitely like to know your thoughts. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to. I'll always appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.